This is another one of my power lectures that I am doing. This is either my third or fourth one. And before I get into very important topics, I want to thank all of my subscribers, my supporters, my members, my sponsors. I also want to give special acknowledgement and give thanks to the following individuals who on a consistent basis have given me super chats and super stickers. And I really do want to recognize a resilient dad, Pieces of April, Big Rooster Show, Unbiased LLC, Chocolate Drop, and Georgia Girl. These individuals have on a consistent basis contributed super chats and stickers to my channel. I really do appreciate that. I also want to recognize my members, Georgia Girl, Pandy Hair Candy, and more, Sue Todd and Linda Brown. They are members to my channel. I do want to point out that Sue and Linda, they are not content creators. Those are two individuals I personally know. I've been knowing Linda for over 25 plus years, and I've been knowing Sue for over 10 years. They are personal friends of mine, and I really do want to thank them for joining my membership. I also want to take a moment to acknowledge my affiliates to my business, Paris and Associates Resource Center, my brand. I want to personally thank Page Publishing Company, Lena Beers and Diana Botti with Page Publishing Company for transforming my manuscript into a finished book. Lena Beers under Page Publishing was my publishing coordinator. I want to acknowledge Audiobook Network, Tara McWilliams. She was my publishing coordinator for my audiobook. Patricia Burgos was my narrator who brought that book to life. She spent a lot of time in the studio narrating my book into an audiobook. And Scott Townley, all under Audiobook Network. These individuals played a powerful role in getting my book, Awake Financial Freedom, available in audiobook. I also want to recognize and acknowledge my webpage designer, Jason Shelton. He not only developed my website for my company, but I also utilize and contract him to maintain my business website. I also want to acknowledge LC James and Associates, my CPA. They have been my CPA for over 15 years for my personal taxes, my business taxes. So I just want to acknowledge them for doing a phenomenal job in keeping my books in order. And I also want to recognize and acknowledge my travel agent, Sloan Patterson. She is played a huge role in me being able and being ready to take this trip to Cairo, Egypt, the 12th of this month. I'm going to be gone for a couple of weeks. And she's going to also play a powerful role in booking all of my trips abroad aggressively for the next 18 months. So I say that to say, as a businessman or a woman, you got to align yourself with the affiliates who are the experts to do what they do so you can focus on your business and your brand and your craft. So with that being said, let's get down to the focus of this lecture. I'm going to talk about the main topics I'm going to talk about. One of the topics is going to be GoFundMe is not a replacement for life insurance. I'm going to also lecture on preparation to travel abroad. You don't just go. There's many things you got to do behind the scene before you get on that plane. I'm going to present the Johari Wonder. I'm going to talk about lecture on the benefits to having a traditional job. And I'm going to bring it to closure, like always, marketing my business, my brand, and my company. So with that being said, I want to present and talk about, I've been wanting to talk about this topic for a while in relation to GoFundMe. GoFundMe is not a replacement for life insurance. It isn't. I've been noticing over the years, on social media, sometimes when you go into the convenience store, you see these people, with these GoFundMe advertisement to get money to bury loved ones. You're beginning to see more and more and more of that. You know, about a year ago, I had an in-depth conversation with a personal in the natural environment, and how we were talking about that very topic in terms of GoFundMe is not a replacement for life insurance. This is a life insurance policy. This is Marie Holiday life insurance policy. This is not the same as GoFundMe. You know, as a veteran, I get huge discounts on my life insurance. Even if you got a job and got insurance through your job, still have your own independent life insurance policy. So in the event, if something was to happen to you and you were to die, that does not put your loved ones into financial destruction. So they don't have to do a GoFundMe, because a GoFundMe is not life insurance. You know, I mean, everybody's life insurance may read differently, but my life insurance, because I'm a veteran through USAA, creates cash value. That don't mean you pull that money out. My life insurance creates cash value. My life insurance is paid for 10 years in the future. So if I don't even make another payment for the next 10 years, my policy is still in force. This is not GoFundMe. You know, if every responsible adult owe it to their loved ones to make sure you have a life insurance policy on yourself. You got people getting up and going to work every day, sometimes working multiple jobs, and then when something happened and you find out they ain't got no life insurance on them. So now that mother, father, sister, brother, significant other, they got to figure out how they're gonna bury this individual. You owe it to yourself as a full-grown man or woman to have life insurance on yourself. You know, I'm gonna go old school. You know, I was born in the projects, dirt poor. But I'm gonna tell you something. One thing I learned about my mother made sure she had life insurance on her and all of her children. Because I can clearly remember back in the day where that insurance man came knocking on the door every month to collect the policy. I'm keeping it real. So if you got somebody dirt poor from the projects, got the mindset and to understand, you got, if not anything else, have life insurance on yourself and your minor children, no matter what. You got folks spending and splurging every week, every month on clothes, shoes, jewelry, get hair done, nail done, spending $2,000-$3,000 a month to keep up the image, but they ain't got no life insurance policy on them. I'm gonna say it again. As a responsible man or woman, you owe it to yourself to have a life insurance policy on you, and periodically sit down and discuss with your loved ones in the event of your death. This is where my policy is, so they can pull it immediately without no interruption. Because you better believe I have those discussions with my 30-year-old daughter in terms of these are the steps that you need to take when God calls your mother home, in terms of life insurance and other important matters. You know, have it in a fireproof container. This is about responsibility, and I'm here to tell you, enough is enough. Bottom line, GoFundMe is not life insurance. It really isn't, and I'm here to tell you. So now that's going to take us and lead us into the next topic, which is, and I see I got some supporters in terms of what must be done. What must be done to prep for traveling abroad? And I'm going to kind of break it down to you. You know, although I've been in the military and I travel abroad, but now since I'm a civilian, you know, there's still some steps you got to take. There's steps you take when you're in the military. First thing, some steps that you need to make sure before you go anywhere is Have a really good travel agent. I have a very good travel agent who is communicating with me with very great travel deals. My next destination, I'm gonna do Italy and Rome after I return from Cairo. But you gotta have a very good travel agent for starters. Number 2 starters is you gotta have a passport. You gotta have a passport in order to travel abroad. So that means there's many things you got to do ahead of time to get the passport. You got to send in your birth certificate, social security card, and all of that, and then they'll send you a passport with all your original documents returned back to you. You got to have a passport. And also the beauty about a passport is this is also phenomenal identification. Banks will utilize a passport if you need to open up a bank account and show ID. So a passport is a powerful ID. You got to have a passport prior to traveling abroad. That's just basic 101. Another important piece that's very important is prior to traveling abroad is you got to make sure you purchase travel insurance. You got to have a travel insurance policy. That travel insurance policies, it's a lot of powerful information in this travel insurance policy. It covers medical, it covers if you get sick, it covers if you miss a plane, it covers if you die while you're overseas. Within that travel insurance, it'll pay your expenses to get you back to your country. You got to have travel insurance before traveling abroad. You gotta have that. And in addition, make sure you take your private insurance card with you in addition to the travel insurance. Have all of the insurance information on you before traveling abroad. Discuss with your family prior to traveling abroad. Give them information on your itinerary, the dates that you're going to be gone, the dates that you're going to return. That is a must to do prior to leaving. In addition, you have to complete pre-travel information. Depending on what travel agent you use as it get closer to your departure time, there's a information you got to enter into a database in terms of pre-travel information, emergency contact names and numbers, backup numbers. They want your private insurance information entered into that portal. So that's all of the pre-travel information that has to be done. Also, prior to departure, you're gonna have to touch bases again with your travel agent. All of that has to be done behind the scene before you depart. I will be departing December the 12th. I'm gonna leave early. So I've been preparing for months in advance, and I mean months in advance. And another important piece to keep it simple for me, I open up a separate checking account to get a different debit card, and that's going to be the spending money I'm going to use, a certain budget that I'm going to spend while I'm abroad. Even though the trip is already paid for, and accommodations and the food and the guided tour, that's been paid for, but I'm just talking about if I want to have a little extra spending money to buy souvenirs. So have you a debit card reserved exclusively for that trip, and that'll ensure you stay within budget, and I'm here to tell you. So those are all of the things that you really need to do behind the scene before you travel abroad. I'm here to tell you. And also make sure you take evidence of your COVID card. Take evidence of your COVID card when you travel abroad. Make sure you do that. You got to have all of this information, your information on your private insurance, your travel insurance, your COVID card, your passport, pre-flight information, insurance, and all of that has to be done before you travel abroad. I can remember a couple of months ago, I was reading this article, and this woman made a trip to North Egypt That's something she always wanted to do, and her kids knew about it, but unfortunately she died while she was overseas. She was died while she was out of the country visiting Cairo, Egypt, and she had no insurance on her. So then that left the burden on her family. How in the world are we going to get our mother from Africa back to this country? She had no insurance. You're talking about probably 20 or 30, it was probably $40,000 or $50,000 they needed to get their mother back stateside, and I'm here to tell you. So I say this to say, make sure you handle your affairs that in terms of prior to traveling abroad in preparation. So if you get sick, I even have to go to the hospital, you got all that insurance on you, so you won't be stuck with a big medical bill, or you can miss your flight. So if you got that travel insurance on you, then that travel insurance will cover for you to get the next flight, versus if you didn't have that travel insurance, then you got to dish out a truckload of money to get an additional flight. And I'm here to tell you. So I'm telling you, handle your business. And that's the reason why you need to have a travel agent who are the experts in all of the particulars that need to be done behind the scene in order to travel abroad. And now that's going to lead us to the next topic, which is one of my favorite topics. I'm going to talk about the Johari window after I get a sip of coffee. The Johari window is one of my favorite lectures. I did this lecture many times throughout my career as a professional. The Johari window was created by two American psychologists, Joseph Luft and Harrington Ingham, as a technique used to help people better understand their relationships and themselves as well as others. That window is about building healthy relationships. The Johari window is a tool to assist in building healthy relationships, and I'm going to give many examples when I talk about that healthy relationship. And when you're taking a look at this window, there's 4 areas to the window. There's the B, there's the U, there's the S, and there's the O area to the Johari window. And as I give this lecture, you're going to find out how this window applies to a healthy relationship. And when I say healthy relationship, that healthy relationship can be with your mother, father, sister, brother, significant other, co-workers, church member, school, and etc. So, and there are books out on the Johari window. So as we look at this window, we're going to see the O area of the Johari window. The O area of the Johari window is open area of the Johari window. Information I know about myself and others know can qualify to go in the open area of the Johari window. If I just was to come up with some basic examples of open information, it may be the kind of car you drive, how many kids you have, what church you go to, what school you go to, what your job is, where you go on vacation. That's why they call it open information. Do you have kids? Do you not have kids? So information that go in the open area of the Johari window is similar to those examples that I gave. Information you really don't mind sharing with a stranger or someone you know or someone you met at the gas station. That's why they call it open information. And then we got the S area of the Johari window. The S area of the Johari window stands for the secret area of the Johari window. The secret area of the Johari window is information I only know about myself. My mother don't know it. My mother, father, sister, brother, significant other, co-worker, church member. None of these people know this information about me. That's why they call it secret. Some examples that can go in the secret area of that Johari window is your social security number, how much money you got in your bank account, secret desires, fantasies. A person may see somebody live in a great big house and go on multiple vacations. That's in the open area, but you might not know that secretly they're behind in credit card debt. They're $250,000 behind in income tax. They might stop on all of their credit cards and they're losing sleep at night. You might not know that. Or they can be cheating on their spouse or their wife or their husband. You may not know that. That's why they call it secret. And then we got The B area of the Johari Wonder. The B area of the Johari Wonder is the blind area of the Johari Wonder. The blind area of the Johari Wonder is could be perception, how you come across to other people. You might think that you're a calm, cool, collected person, but the perception you giving off in terms of how other people see you, they may see you rude, disrespectful, cocky, narcissism. That perception you give off can go off, qualify in the blind area of the Johari Wonder. Another example of information that can go in the blind area of the Johari Wonder is how a person really feel about you. They might not be telling you how they really feel. They may really want to just share some information to you. It can be something they might want to tell you, like they may resent that you work long hours. That child may be still holding animosity towards that parent who's never was really involved in their life for whatever reasons. Rather, they was on alcohol or drugs and in the streets. Somebody else had to raise that child, and that child might really want to just tell that parent that information. I resent this. I'm hurt about my childhood, or etc. So another example of what can go in the blind area of the Johari Wonder is information a person know or may want to tell you, but you might not know they want to tell you this information. That's why they call it blind. Another example that can go in the blind area of the Johari Wonder, a person may be a content creator and have not developed the gift of keeping a balance. So they are so consumed on social media that family members, that child or that significant other may just get tired of them always being on social media. It's never a balance. So that's another example of information that you don't know, but the other person know. That's why they call it the blind area of the Johari Wonder. And then we got the U area of the Johari Wonder. The U area of the Johari Wonder is unknown. The unknown area of the Johari Wonder is information you do not know about yourself. Don't nobody else know this information about you. Your mother don't know it. Your father, sister, brother, you don't know it. Don't nobody on this planet know this information about you. That's why they call it unknown. And what are some examples that can go in the unknown area of the Johari Wonder? Could be repressed memories. The memories are there, but you don't know. That's why they call them repressed memories. That can be a result of adult trauma, childhood trauma, the future. We don't know the future. Time of death. We don't know the time of death. Don't no doctor know when somebody's going to die. That's why when you read about these stories, when doctors tell this family member, this person's not going to make it, go ahead and pull the plug. But that family member has a higher faith and don't pull the plug, and the family member come out of it. So don't nobody know the time of death but the Almighty God, and I'm here to tell you. So that can go in the unknown area of the Johari Wonder. So now I'm going to tell you how this is going to unfold into a healthy relationship, because this Johari Wonder is about healthy relationships. And in any healthy relationship, you have to be open and receptive to receive or give information. And what happens in a healthy relationship, information from the blind area of the Johari Wonder, some of that information that a person may want to have really tell you, I resent how I was raised. I resent you not having a balance. I resent you being on alcohol or drugs. I resent you not being at all my functions as a child. So now that person share that information to that individual from the blind area of the Johari Wonder. The blind window becomes smaller. The information shifts to the open. The open window becomes larger. And then we got secrets. People who got so many secrets, you gotta, when in dealing with secrets, sometimes that involves telling lies, and you got to keep up with those lies. But when you're in a healthy relationship, a lot of times you may have to self-disclose some of those secrets. It could be, all that time when I was asking for money, I was really not using that money to pay bills. I was using that money to get high or support my high-risk lifestyle. Or a secret could be that in reality, I'm drowning in a sea of debt. I'm not really living that life that I portray. So in a healthy relationship, when you self-disclose information from the secret window becomes smaller, the open window becomes larger, and then we got the unknown. And the two psychologists who created this Johari window, anything dealing with repressed memories that we might not be aware of have to be resolved in individual mental health therapy, and that those memories will help to become surface and go into the open. So I say this to say, in any kind of healthy, productive relationship, rather it's with your mother, father, sister, brother, significant other, when you're in a healthy relationship and open and receptive to receive this information and accountable to come clean about your high-risk behavior and all of those secrets, then your Johari window will begin to shift and move gradually over time in a healthy, productive relationship. This Johari window applies to everybody. I'm here to tell you. The Johari window applies to everybody. I just scratched the surface. There's books out on the Johari window. You know, the open area of the Johari window, again, is information I know about myself and other people know. The blind area or the Johari window could be information you might not be aware of, or how your perception, how you come across. The unknown area of the Johari window can tie into repressed memories, adult trauma, childhood trauma, and etc., and then the secret. But in a healthy relationship, our Johari window will gradually shift and move gradually over time. I encourage anyone to check out books on the Johari window. I learned about this powerful tool actually in graduate school, and I have always been intrigued about this Johari window. I see I got supporters chiming in. I really appreciate that. And that's going to lead us to the next topic, which I think is another important topic, is the benefits of having a traditional job. The benefits of having a traditional job. First of all, there are so many benefits. I can go on and on. But one of the things is what a traditional job brings is a fixed baseline salary, versus if you out there with a whole bunch of gigs, your income could go up and down. So you're not going to necessarily get a fixed salary. But however, we all got standard bills. The standard bills ain't going nowhere. So you better have a fixed income that's going to be able to cover your standard bills. Access to health insurance is another benefit to having a traditional job, because most people who are working full-time, the company is going to provide discount on your health insurance. Retirement plans, stock options, and bonuses is another benefit to a traditional job. You know, I retired from state government, so the big benefits I'm getting behind my retirement is my retirement income, medical benefits, it's in life insurance, which I have my own life insurance, so it's perks to that. By having a traditional job, you're building into your retirement. Other benefits at a reduced cost. You know, a lot of times you can get reduced costs for gym membership, the certain other activities you can be involved in as a benefit of having that traditional job. Earned vacation and sick time is another benefit to a traditional job. Short-term disability insurance, long-term disability insurance through your job, all of those extra perks by having a traditional job. Traditional employment is more likely to give you stable work and income. You know, if you're working 40 hours a week, you know by the end of the month, you're going to have a certain amount of money that you know you're getting no matter what. If you are sick and you can't go to work because you earn sick time, you're still getting paid. If you take a vacation and you're earning vacation time, you're still getting paid. So those are some powerful benefits of having a traditional job. Can a person have a traditional job plus a side gig in their own company? Absolutely. You know, I've had my company, Parents and Associates Resource Center, for 20 plus years simultaneously while I worked for state government, I was in the military, and etc. So yes, You can have your own side company simultaneously while you got a traditional job. You know, many people do that. It's not uncommon. It's not uncommon. And even if a person is full-time in their own business, then they better make sure that they're paying into Social Security, setting up a retirement account. They better make sure they're doing all of that, paying their taxes, or if they only just got a full-fledged business of their own. So they still better make sure that they're paying into their insurances and retirement and Social Security, and still be able to budget your money throughout that process. But if you're just out there, you know, with your own company or just side jobs, and you are not paying into Social Security, you're not paying into retirement, you're not paying your taxes, then you're going to set yourself up for catastrophic financial destruction if you are not doing those things that I'm here to tell you. Even though I'm fully retired, I have a retirement income, and now I can focus more on my company full time. I'm still maintaining my books. I'm still going to align myself with a certified CPA to keep my books in check. Nothing changes. You know, that's the business side behind what a businessman or a businesswoman do. You know, I met so many people. I have met so many people who have gotten themselves in financial trouble by not maintaining good books. They owe state taxes, they owe federal taxes, they're in trouble with Internal Revenue Services, they don't create catastrophic deep debt, and I've seen it time and time again. So whatever you do in terms of what you're doing on your business, make sure you're aligning yourself with a good CPA, you're maintaining good records, and you're educating yourself on all of the tax laws. I'm not saying you need to be the expert on it, but have working knowledge of what's going on with the money that's coming in, the money that's going out. Keep excellent records. Consult with a CPA throughout the year, not just at the end of the year. And I'm telling you, that can free you up to focus on cultivating and developing your brand and etc. So those are some powerful reasons in regards to having that traditional job, or if you want a combination of both. But if you're only just doing your own business, just make sure that you got everything in place to make sure if you are sick, that you can't work for a while, that your bills are going to still get paid, and it won't create financial destruction within your household. You know, this is real talk, and I'm here to tell you. So now that's going to lead us into I want to talk a little bit about my Jason Shelton, my web page designer. He's added some additional features on my business website. You know, as my brand grow, I have to hire him to go in and add new features on my business website. So if you all can follow me, I'm going to switch gears and get in front of my laptop over here. It look like we're doing pretty good on time. So what Jason did, and I actually got to have him to go in, I encourage anyone to, here we go. I encourage anyone to spend some time, check out my business website. My primary service, professional coaching services. I'm actually at full capacity. My cutoff is at 5. I'm not taking any more customers. I got a wait list of 6 months. But what Jason did is you can see when you first go, when you first go to my business website, let me go out again and get back in. When you first actually go into my business website, when you first go in, it's going to be a pop-up. And that pop-up is going to be where now he's showcasing my audiobook done by Audiobook Network. So that's a pop-up that first comes up. And I like how he did that, because that's going to drive sales. If you go to that top row, it just get all these different features. When you scroll down, it just gives you more information about my coaching services, all of the forms there. He did a really good job in showcasing that. That first tab, that's the home page. Then about us, that's just going in and showcasing my degrees, some of my credentials. I deliberately, on my business website, I deliberately did not put any of my addiction credentials on there because I'm not utilizing my addiction credentials under my company. There's no need to. I've retired from the profession of addiction. So he's going in to showcase more information about my company. He did is a area where if you want to contact me, he did a real good job showing that. If you click this green tab on top, that'll route you to my YouTube membership, and that unfolds later on in my business website. I did not want my YouTube channel to overshadow my company, because my company's been around long before YouTube. Take you back out. And then there's a store area. He did a really good job on that store area. If you click that tab, you can literally take you to my my audiobook trailer right there. My audiobook trailer. I think he did a really good job in integrating that trailer on my business website, which is drive sales. Scroll down, cover of my book. And one of the things he added is Page Publishing Company did a press release to mass distribution to market my book. And Audiobook Network did a press release recently to mass distribution to market my book. You can literally click those different icons and literally read the press release from both publishing companies. I think that's really, really powerful. You got to go in and take a look at that, especially the press release from an audiobook. Check that out. And he did a really good job in integrating my two different press release from my publishing company. This is a reel that he integrated in here. I think he did a really good job to showcase that on my business website. My trailer from Page Publishing Company is all laid out. It really is. Audiobook Network, you click that if you want to order my audiobook. It's a matter of a click of a button. So he did a phenomenal job in as things unfold, as new things unfold under my company and my brand, I hire Jason to go in and integrate that new stuff. For example, that audiobook, the press release, all that's got to showcase the drive sales to my different products of my book. And then there's an area here, you click, it'll showcase my merch store, and that's a link to my YouTube channel. You click out of that and it'll take you right back to my business website. Buy me coffee, click that, whatever option, and then you click it again, it'll take you right back to my business website. I also do a tremendous amount of investing in Robinhood. I get referral bonuses. There's an area under my store, a link for that. All self-explanatory. Go back out of that. So as you see, what he did under my store, anything that can be purchased under that area under my store is by a click of a button. He did a phenomenal job in showcasing Paris and Associates Resource Center. This is 20 plus years of work that you're looking at. And that's why I tell people, use your YouTube channel to promote your other businesses, services, and product and brand. My company, Paris and Associates, what you see here, 20 plus years strong, doing very well. So I use my influence as a content creator. I'm going to always market my company and my brand. That's the business side, and I'm here to tell you. So Jason Shelton did a phenomenal job in showcasing Paris and Associates. If you look at where he actually went in, if you go down, he did a phenomenal job in marketing Awake Financial Freedom. The area here, media, under media tab, now you can click YouTube and it'll route you to my YouTube channel under there. And so, and what I like about my business website, anytime I do a new video, just like I'm doing this lecture, the minute I get done, it is going to showcase on my business website. So he literally integrated, it's like my business website is a living, breathing document. And I like how he did that under my business website. Under media, you click YouTube membership. It'll route you to my membership on my YouTube channel. Now, I'm going to say something about this membership, and I'm going to say it loud and clear. I got 5 members. I do not want any more. And the reason why I don't want any more members, because my focus as a content creator is not to build a large membership base that'll stray me away from the mission, goals, and objective of my channel to impart my knowledge onto the world and keep a balance. Remember, my primary focus is my company, not to build membership. So, and I got 5 members. I don't want any more. Two of the 5 members are personal friend of mine. They are not content creators. So do not join my membership. Bottom line. Under media, he also showcased where iHeartRadio interviewed me over 2 years ago when my Awake Financial Freedom hit mass distribution. So there's an area on here where you can click and go directly to my interview. And you can literally hear where they interviewed me. Get out of that commercial.
Is a clinical addiction specialist in North Carolina who was the picture of success. No one knew she was in a state of financial destruction after her 20-year marriage ended in divorce, but she didn't fall. She moved forward and tells us how in her book, Awake Financial Freedom.
You know how it is, you got to start over, So I was living in financial destruction from 2007 to 2012, and be honest with you, I had a spiritual awakening. I was drowning in a sea of debt,
So also under that media part, he integrated when I had that interview with Page Publishing over 2 years ago to market my book. And you really need to hear that interview. This business website is literally giving you the birth and history of Paris and Associates Resource Center. Under that media, he also showcased where Pandy interviewed me some time ago, and also where I was interviewed by Georgia Girl. You need to listen to those interviews. But again, that unfolds later on in my business website, because my agenda is to showcase Paris and Associates, not YouTube. YouTube is showcased on here along with a whole lot of other stuff from a business perspective. You scroll, and this man hooked me up. I'm here to tell you. This man, he ain't leave nothing out. And then if you go all the way down to the bottom, you click Page Publishing, it'll route you back to Page Publishing. But there's another area on here where you click Page Publishing, my first publishing company, it'll route you to a website that Page Publishing did for me, where you can go all, and then now showcasing the book, introduction, video trailer, all throughout there. And it will route you to Page Publishing, my first publishing company, who was a world-renowned publishing company back in my book, people. So you can get all of this by going to my business website, not YouTube. You scroll back up, and now you're going to the area where you can contact me, right there. And again, I'm at full capacity with my customers for coaching. and then you route back up. And this is something new he added here. This tab here is he added an appreciation letter that I wrote. I wrote a appreciation letter. If you scroll down, you can read this letter that I wrote January 2023, acknowledging and appreciating my affiliates, and I called them out. I want to show appreciation to Lena Beers, my publication coordinator with Page Publishing Company. They did a phenomenal job in transforming my manuscript into a finished book. I called her out. I acknowledge and appreciate Jason, called them out by name. Diana Bodie, called these people out by name. And I wrote a letter to appreciate these professional affiliates, and I showcased that on my business website. I don't know nobody who got an appreciation letter on their business website. You got to go look at this, because I'm telling you, my strategic plan from day one was to use the YouTube platform to help bring life my company, Paris and Associates Resource Center, to get it to another level. Because I'm going to tell you something. YouTube can shut me down today. That ain't gonna stop my company from generating revenue. That ain't gonna stop Page Publishing Company from sending me my royalty checks every quarter. That ain't gonna stop Audiobook Network from sending me my royalty checks every quarter. You gotta diversify your income. Don't just let YouTube be your only source of income. You gotta have streams of income coming from multiple points. And like I was telling one of my affiliates, I'm to the point now where I'm making money in my sleep from these other business flows of income. And I'm here to tell you, and that was a deliberate strategic design right there. And if you go all the way back to the beginning, and I like how he ain't leave nothing out. Still, then I like how he's showcasing, I deliberately left out my addiction credentials, but he's showcasing my master's degree in human resource management with a specialty in professional coaching. So I got the credentials to do coaching from Troy State University, bachelor's degree from Georgia State University. I got an associate's degree in general business from Arizona Western College, got that bachelor's in sociology, got a certificate in human resource management from Duke University, and I'm a certified EAP professional from the EAP Credentialing Board, and honorable discharge from the United States Marine Corps Desert Storm era. Those are my credentials to do what I do, to deliver high quality service to my 5 customers who want to go into an executed contract to develop their strategic business plan. This is 20 plus years of blood, sweat, and tears, long before YouTube came into play. And I'm here to tell you, this is what it's all about. Become a content creator. It's good to get monetized, but also have the mindset. I'm utilizing also this platform to promote and to market my business, my product, my services, and my other brands to increase my multiple streams of income. And I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this is real talk. This is real talk right here, because I'm telling you something. Nobody in the world could have told me that I would have been in the position to retire almost 5 years early, debt-free. I don't owe nobody nothing. So all of the money I make, even my retirement check I get every month, I turn around and reinvest 100% of my retirement check. Who do you know can do that? That's why you owe it to yourself. You see this here? Await financial freedom, rather you get the soft copy, the ebook version, or the audio book. You owe it to yourself to listen to this testimony. That's one of the reasons I selected Patricia Burgos. My publishing company, Audiobook Network, sent me 3 editions of 3 individuals as they had to read so many words of my book. And Patricia Burgos, the 3rd voice I heard, her voice was the one I selected to be my narrator. It was something about her voice, her pitch, her tone. It was congruent with the testimony of my book. She did a phenomenal job. I'll be ever grateful to Patricia Burgos for transforming my already published work. And she spent hours in the studio, transforming my already published book into an audio book. She did a phenomenal job. And you owe it to yourself for 2024 to awake. Here we go. You owe it to yourself to awake your financial freedom, and the rest is history. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have. I see I got a lot of supporters. Again, I want to thank all of my supporters, my viewers, my members. I want to thank all of my affiliates. And most importantly, I want to give all grace and glory to God. I want to give all grace and glory to God for giving me the knowledge, skills, and the ability, the desire, the passion to impart my knowledge onto the world. Anybody can do this because God gives everybody their own unique knowledge, skills, and ability to do what they do. But you owe it to yourself, if you're a content creator, to impart positive, inspiring, motivational, positive information on these platforms versus tearing people down, being negative, toxic, pessimistic. We got to defeat this thing here. Because I'm telling you, there's so much negativity in this world. We owe it to the viewers to flip that and present inspiring, motivational, uplifting information in nature. And I'm here to tell you. Again, I want to give all thanks and glory to God. I want to thank all my subscribers. I want to thank, most importantly, I want to thank my affiliates. I want to thank my two personal friends. No, it's 3 personal friends I have in this world who are not content creators, who really know who Marie Holiday is. They have seen me arise from this ashes of self-destruction to the point now where I'm living the life that I was intended to live. So that's all I have. Simple Fidelis, and I'm going to leave you in the care of your own conscience. Have a great day.